Ruth Wanjiro's mother at home, still trying to come to terms with what could have happened to one of her two daughters who was to turn 17 years old in 4 months' time.
I was okay with them. In fact, in the morning we prayed together very nicely at 7:30, and I bade them bye.
And that was the last she saw of her, the second born of her 3 children.
At night we were getting the breaking news from one of the channels of the TV. And we didn't get the news, the bad news, until 11 p.m. when I was called by the Reverend, and she told me that one of my daughters had passed on.
She was part of a team of 52 youth from PCEA Church Mukarara in Dagoretti that had gone for a church retreat to Hell's Gate in Naivasha. 7 of them, 2 girls and 5 boys, never made it back.
I don't know what to say, but it's God who gives, and it is God who took her away. But I thank God that one of the daughters came back.
She says nothing can erase the memories of her jovial girl.
And if there is a loving daughter of mine, it is that one. She is very cheerful.
A sentiment shared by the deceased sister who was on the same trip.
I feel bad because I'm kind of lonely. We shared a lot of things. We shared a bedroom, you know the stories and all. No, I'm kind of lonely.
But what exactly happened?
It was all about to bring the youth together wenye walikuwa wameenda shule and wenye walikuwa kole tukuje pamoja kabla warudi shule.
At 11 a.m. they arrive at Hell's Gate.
Wakati tulifika Hell's Gate, the weather was very conducive, by the way.
After the briefing, they all set out as one group with one tour guide. Their patron, who the youth describe as elderly, was left behind as he could not climb the steep rocks. At 2:30, it started drizzling.
And then mari tulikuwa atungeona maji kikam because it not sit straight. Imepiga makona. So nyi all of a sudden mnastukia maji ndio hii.
When we were climbing, I told her we go up, then she said she's coming. She was first afraid of climbing, so she had to wait there.
Her sister was not the only one in the group who was afraid of heights and could not get up as fast when water started gushing in.
Mimi niliacha nimempandisha ndio mimi nipandishwe. Mimi sijui nili happen. Mimi nistukia the guy is going, ameshabebwa na maji. He was ako age cut, tuseme ako 15 years of age. Amebebwa na maji, ameshaenda.
Bridget Yvonne, who doesn't belong to the PCEA church but who had been invited on this trip by the deceased, blames the management for lack of enough tour guides to handle such big groups.
He came and told us that we should get off there, but we didn't know how to get off there because he never showed us. But then he left us alone. He went to the 2 tourists and left us alone there. So we were all alone without a tour guide. So all we had to do was just screaming, just remaining calm, encouraging each other.
An experience that has left many of these youth in shock. The villagers here too are still in a daze.
I'm sure if we had enough tour guides, they could have survived, because one tour guide was not enough to take us onto to the top. So as in, it's so painful because she was so young.
Young lives have gone too soon. Another wake-up call for the government and other relevant authorities to look keenly into disaster preparedness and management. Reporting for Citizen Live at 9, I'm Violet Otindo.